In a small rural village far away from the busy city lived a young girl named Amma. Amma was 10 years old. She lived with her parents in a small mud house with a tin roof. Life in the village was quiet and simple, but it was not easy. Amma's parents were farmers. Every day they worked under the hot sun just to provide food for the family. Sometimes the harvest was good, sometimes it was not good, and many times there was not enough money. But Amma's parents had one big dream. They wanted their daughter to go to school and have a better life. Every evening, Amma would sit outside the house with her books. Even when the light was fading, she continued reading. Her father would often tell her, Amma, education is the only thing that can change your life. Amma believed those words. She studied hard. She wanted to make her parents proud. But one day, Amma's parents had a serious conversation. School was becoming expensive. Books, uniforms, and other needs were too much for them. Amma's mother said softly, We want Amma to continue school, but we cannot afford anything. After thinking for a long time, they made a difficult decision. Amma would go stay with her auntie in the city. There, she would attend a public school. It would give her a better chance. Amma did not want to leave home. She loved her parents. She loved her village, but she knew her parents wanted the best for her. So she agreed. Early the next morning, Amma packed a small bag. Her mother hugged her tightly. Her father held her shoulders and said, Be strong. Amma, one day your future will shine. Amma nodded. She wiped her tears and began the journey to the city. The city was very different from the village. There were many houses, many cars, many people everywhere. Amma felt nervous. She held her bag tightly as she arrived at her auntie's house. At first, everything seemed normal, but the next morning, Amma quickly learned that life there would not be easy. Very early, before the sun even rose, her auntie called her, Amma, wake up! Amma slowly got up. Her auntie pointed outside. Several large empty water drums stood near the house. Go and fetch water until all the drums are full. Amma looked at them in surprise. The water source was far away, but she had no choice. So she carried a bucket and began walking. Every morning, Amma walked to the water source. The journey took about 10 minutes each way. She filled the bucket, then she walked back again and again and again until all the drums were full. By the time she finished, her arms were tired, but her work was not finished. Her auntie would then say, Sweep the compound, wash the plates, clean the house. Only after finishing everything could Amma go to school. Amma was enrolled in a nearby public school, but every day she arrived late. When she entered the classroom, the first lesson was already over. The teacher would look at her and say, Amma, you are late again. Amma felt embarrassed. She loved learning, but the chores at home made it difficult. One day, Amma made a decision. She said to herself, I will wake up even earlier. The next morning, she woke up before sunrise. She fetched water, she cleaned the house, she finished the chores faster, then she ran to school. And for the first time, Amma arrived before the first lesson started. She smiled quietly. Life continued like that for many years. Amma had almost no time for herself. Wake up early, fetch water, clean the house, run to school, study, come back, more chores. Sometimes she was very tired. Sometimes she felt like giving up. But Amma always remembered her parents. Whenever they called her, they would ask, Amma, how are you? Amma always replied, "I'm fine. Everything is good." She did not want them to worry. Even when life was difficult, Amma kept pushing forward. Years passed. Amma continued studying. Even when she was tired, even when life was unfair, she never stopped learning. Her teachers noticed something special about her. Amma was one of the best students in the school. Soon, she finished secondary school. Then, she entered university. She worked harder than ever before. And finally, Amma graduated with first class honor. Everyone was amazed. The girl who once struggled every morning had become one of the best students. But the story did not end there. Amma received a scholarship to study abroad. Amma traveled to another country to study for a master's degree. For the first time in many years, life felt peaceful. She had time to rest, time to study, time to dream. Amma worked hard again, and once again, she succeeded. After graduation, she got a life changing job. Her life had finally changed. But Amma did not forget where she came from. The first thing she did was call her parents. "Mama, Papa, pack your bags." Her parents were confused. "Where are we going?" Amma smiled and said, "You are coming to live with me." Soon, her parents traveled to meet her. When they arrived at the airport, Amma ran to them and hugged them tightly. Tears filled their eyes. Her father said softly, "You did it, Amma." Mother whispered, "We are so proud of you." Amma smiled and replied, "Everything I did was for you." Sometimes life will be difficult. Sometimes the journey will feel unfair. But if you keep going, if you refuse to give up, your story can change, just like Amma. God bless you.